2024, and look at Peggy, she's still got her sparkles on. She sang last night like you can't believe. This lady and that band, they put on a show down at the Belt Buckle Banquet Hall.
We have a good time.
And you know,
I love those people, and we have good crowds.
Great fun. And what we're going to do is what we usually do every year. Philip again has taken his time and gone back, and you know, Peggy, you have to think about it. We do 52 shows a year.
That's a lot.
52 shows a year. Every week we're in front of our audience, our 7-county audience, and on YouTube and Facebook, and we appreciate you so much that we've made it through another year.
Another year, that's right.
This will be 33 years we've done this.
And, you know, another birthday, another everything.
Another everything, and you know, we made it successfully.
So far.
We got here.
We got here.
We got here, but what we're going to do is wish everybody a happy new year again, and I hope that the promise you made to yourself for a resolution,
you'll stick to it.
Stick to it. I usually give up Brussels sprouts, which is so hard for me to do.
The hardest part is Christmas comes and you're trying so hard to eat healthy, and then Christmas comes. I always try to eat healthy.
I know,
because it's going to kill me if I don't.
I mean, life is about, if you're going to be miserable, don't be miserable. Now, every now and then, if you want a piece of pie, you need to eat a piece of pie.
Not if it's going to make you sick. You got to think about that. But anyway, no, everybody will have lots of Christmas goodies.
Yeah, for sure.
In their stomachs by now, and that's a new year, so.
And what we're going to do is
Philip
went back through the entirety of the 52 shows we did last year and picked out some of the special stuff that we thought would be interesting to you and fun. And that's what we're going to bring you today. And here it is, 2023.
Right.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. Well, I promised you guys a kangaroo, and today I'm so lucky. Not only do I have one, I have two. And the beautiful Teresa Hines, who has a farm out in Morriston, owns these girls and several other things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Teresa, tell me about these girls right here.
Well, these are two red kangaroos. The one that I'm feeding a bottle to, her name is Teeter. She's about 7 months old. And the one you're holding, her name is Beth, and she's about 9 months old. They will stay in these pouches almost a year. Beth is getting now where she'll hop in and out, but Teeter still likes to stay in hers. And this is the type bottle that they use. I actually
So they have a long nozzle.
long extended nipple on it, and this is actually puppy milk.
Oh, is it?
It's set up a little stronger. You can actually get some milk called Wallaroo.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get in here with all the,
All the stuff that it takes.
So we found that this works just as well.
Well, are they are they both still taking milk
They're
from
both
the
still
mother?
taking a bottle. They both still take a bottle.
But they just take the bottle.
Mhm.
And
the feed that I use is called, she's full, it's called Happy Hopper.
Yeah.
And it's a granulated feed that's got all of the nutritional needs for a kangaroo in it. And she's eating real good. And they love Honey Nut Cheerios. That's their treat, is a Honey Nut
Honey Nut Cheerios, I love that.
And Teeter here, she said, I'm just now starting to eat a little bit.
I know that the audience that maybe don't know who you are wondering what else you have and what you're doing with kangaroos.
Okay.
I mean, it's the closest I'll ever get to Australia, and it thrills me to death to have you here.
Well, I live in Morrison, Tennessee, and for about 27 years I've had a functioning USDA zoo. I have camels, water buffalo, bison, alpacas, llamas, sulcata tortoises, wallabies, just more animals than I have good sense.
That's amazing.
And we are a mobile petting zoo. We allow people to come to, take that back. We bring the animals to you. If you want a birthday party or company
you can be
picnic,
rented, and you will bring the
them to
whole
you.
entourage.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I don't believe you bring a water buffalo, do you?
Yes, I have baby water buffalo.
How in the world do you get it in the container?
When they're young, they're
I'm
only
thinking
maybe
of
200 or
the water
300.
buffaloes that I saw in the Philippine
Yes.
Islands that were huge.
I have raised them. They're real hard on fences, but they're really good natured
Are they?
animals.
I know people.
They're
I think
massive.
you'd
but
see
they're-
children riding on their backs.
But I got into this. I work for a program called Tennessee Opportunity Programs, and we work with people from a seasonal and migrant farm background. And I like to work with young people, with kids, and I found out that if I had an odd animal, I could keep their attention for a
Right.
little bit and get my point across to them about going to school, going to the TCATs. There's so many things available to young people now, and a lot of them just aren't aware of it.
I know.
So,
There are a
try
lot
to
of
use
children
the
never saw a
animals.
cow.
Yeah, I just try to keep would you quit that? I keep trying to just let them know what's available for them and that they don't have to stay in a rut.
Exactly.
But, yeah, my husband and I both, we enjoy the animals.
And your husband's a farmer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he loves all the animals just like you do.
Yes. It takes a special person.
And
to
a lot
put
of
up
these
with all
animals
these.
stay in the house.
Right. These two hang on a chair next to the fireplace.
I just think that's the sweetest
and
thing.
watch television most
Yeah.
of the time. And then that's all we've got in the house right now, but we have had baby alpacas. It's whatever needs to come in.
Whatever needs to come in, you take care of them.
My barn looks like Hollywood. I've got so many heat lamps on and stuff to keep everybody at the
Warm
temperature
and
they
happy,
need.
yeah. So I know that you went to college at MTSU
Yes,
and
ma'am.
graduated in agriculture.
Degree in agriculture.
And then when did you actually start collecting these animals?
Well, when I started working for Tennessee Opportunity Programs, I wanted to find a way to get the kids' attention for a
Right.
minute. So there's a little strange animal called a Coda Monday. They look a whole lot like our North American raccoons. They have
Yeah.
great personalities.
Are they bigger?
They weigh about, let's see, maybe 30 pounds, 45
Yeah.
when they're grown. They're elongated.
Yeah.
They've got a long tail. They're real sweet look. They're very mischievous. But I had a Cody, and his name was Cody, and I would take him into the schools and stuff, and I'd get those kids' attention for just a minute.
Yeah.
And once I got one animal, then I'd get another, then I had rabbits, and people said, why don't you do birthday parties?
And so then you
This
started
might
doing
be fun.
birthday
Then one
parties.
thing led to another, and my husband says I work to support my animal habit. I just like to raise different
Yeah,
things.
well, if somebody wanted to hire you for a festival or something, do you want to give them the information?
Yes, my phone number is 931-212-1211. You can call me and book.
And do you have a website?
Yes, it's Facebook. I'm not very computer literate.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
No, I can imagine.
But it's Party Animals, Morrison, Tennessee, and there is an emoji of a camel with a top hat on. So you can look on there and see about my animals, and you can text or call me anytime.
And excuse me, I know that everybody probably is going to want to have a bunch of these coming in. But festivals, what fun that is for children.
Yes.
sorry.
I've done the 4th of July event they have here in Tullahoma for several years. And then I do the Alabama State Fair, the Birmingham State Fair. In Memphis, I do the Delta Fair and Music Festival. It's a 10-day
That's wonderful.
event. But we do a lot of birthday parties. With Murfreesboro and Nashville growing so much now.
Yeah.
What I think is exotic, like these, people want a cow or a donkey or a chicken.
And that's
'cause they've
interesting.
Never
They've never seen
either.
those. Think about a child in New York City that, you know, lives in the center of town. Are they ever going to see an animal? You know,
We
it's
did an
sad.
event in Nashville and talked to a couple, and they owned more land than they'd ever had, and the house and the land, to me, I thought, I would drive me nuts to have neighbors that close. But I took some chickens, and they got to, my roosters, and they got to crowing. Scared those people to death. It was really, really,
Yeah.
it was fun. But they were just tickled to death to be able to see just basic barnyard animals.
Exactly.
So exotic, the word exotic may change a lot in the next 20 years as to what people consider.
that cows will become exotic.
Exotic, yes.
Now you have a certain kind of cow. What were they?
I've got Scottish Highlanders.
The Highland,
I
not
call
the
them-
ones with the long hair, right?
I call them big fuzzies. They're just big, fuzzy, gentle. They're a very gentle breed of cattle. And they're a breed of cattle that the Queen of England raised. They're like buffaloes, very low cholesterol.
Yeah.
And supposedly that's the only meat that she served.
Ah.
But they're from Scotland, of course. And then we've got Zebus. They're a breed of cattle from India.
Zebus.
Zebus. Z-E-B-U. They're about this tall. They've got a hump on their back like a Brahma.
Yeah.
They're where our American Brahma actually came from. They're from the very old breed. I do a lot of nativity scenes, and the Zebus
Sweet.
were in Jerusalem. Of course, camels were in Jerusalem. Donkeys were in Jerusalem, and I raised a 4-horned sheep called a Jacob sheep, and they were actually there at the time of
Well,
Christ's
I know
birth, so-
that the First Baptist Church used to do.
The live nativity.
Was that your camel by any chance?
No, I work more towards Nashville.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
of where I'm at, but we do the Presbyterian Church in Manchester. I've done theirs for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
And then I've got several churches in Nashville that we do.
Are you wanting to stretch?
So now I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
Some nosy.
I hope everybody can see them good. I just think they're the cutest things. And I can't, I'll just tell the audience that I was in Penny's one day and I saw this bag hanging on this lady's arm, and all of a sudden this little head came out, and I was enamored for life. And I appreciate you coming, Teresa.
you're very welcome.
We're running out of time, and
Okay.
I just want to take these home with me and have a kangaroo in my house. We'll be back. Teresa Hines, people, look her up with, what was the name of your
Party
website?
Animals.
Party Animals. That ought to be easy to remember.
Baby, you see, I cannot set you free. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
He's a little bit of you, he's a little bit of me. He's the trash along the roadside of Tennessee. He's the garbage that we find. He's the dream we left behind. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. A throwaway bottle or pop-top can may not seem much to a traveling man, but a little bit of litter goes a long, long way. And I grow and get bigger every day. Tennessee trash messing up the highways. Tennessee trash jogging up the byways. Lord, there ain't no lower class than Tennessee trash. Lord, there ain't no lower class
met the enemy, and he is us.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
I was skeptical about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. There are a lot of opinions being shared. But I had the chance to talk with my doctor about my concerns. He told me the vaccines are backed by decades of research, and that the vaccines are proven safe and effective. Now I'm protected and ready to put this pandemic behind us. Join the millions of Tennesseans who have decided to give COVID-19 vaccines a shot. Visit covid19.tn.gov to find an appointment today.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back, and there's a cat that comes in from time to time around here that, to me, is a little bit spooky. And the reason why is he is so much smarter than I am. Sometimes I have a hard time tracking him. It's not that he's scary; he's just scary smart. And we're just glad to have you in here, Chuck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He is the pie guy is how we first met Chuck, because he can do pie to as far as pie to the sky.
Basically, yeah, I could do every other one. I could memorize by memory a deck of cards that thick. If you plant ones and zeros all through this house, I can tell you where ones and zeros, thousands of them.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Right.
And plus, I found out I could do a Tetris. Like the Tetris game.
Yeah.
If somebody plays it, I can memorize it and reduplicate it. It's something else I found I could do.
Wow.
It's always something.
Okay, yeah. But what you're here about today is the fact that of the shootings we have in schools, yes. and you due to some family members are close to the thing that took place in Brentwood.
Yes, yeah, in Nashville.
In the Nashville area up there. And this man right here, if he says he has some ideas that are usable to change the outcome of these things, we just wanted to have him on and have a little short thing about what can we do, Chuck?
Okay, well, first of all, my first step of actually getting accomplished, this was in the Mother's Day, 14th of May, 2023, Sunday Tullahoma News. I will show this real quick. This is my letter to the editor, right here, there's my name. And my wife, highly, highly intelligent, she works at the library, and she actually had to rewrite it for me, because I tried 4 or 5 times to get it through. But anyway.
My wife does that for me too.
I understand. I'm glad somebody else is on in the loop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what this is, in the Las Vegas shootings, I had a nephew, Brandon Wren Hall, and he was on the stage a little bit before the shooting actually started. So after everything cleared up and everything, and I talked to him at my daughter's house in Brentwood, I started studying and researching what could have been done, what could have been prevented, what could a protocol been, and so forth. One thing that I noticed was the lack of time. They don't do anything until they neutralize the attacker.
Right.
And then they rescue people, then they put medical aid. So that's one thing I'm addressing here also. But my thing is to make schools safer, and also big areas when something happens, is with what's called AI, artificial intelligence. You hear it everywhere now. I've studied it for years, so it's ancient history to me. But artificial intelligence, autonomous drones, where they're already preset, they're not controlled by humans. They know what to do because they know where they're at, they know what's got to be done, and they know the condition and the parameters.
Right.
And then the next is advanced robots. Think Boston Dynamics. They were started with MIT up at Massachusetts, the elite MIT, and 1992, and it's just phenomenal what they've accomplished. High resolution optics, high technology sensors, and the number one thing that's in my ring that I'm really heavy on is what's called an AI scenario generator. A scenario generator. And what that does, that thinks like a chess player thinks 3 or 7 steps ahead. Well, you always hear me, I think 22 steps ahead. And this is what this does. It thinks ahead all of the different possibilities that could happen, the variables. Is there more than one attacker, or is this here, is this there, what is that? And it calculates as it's going through its pace, as it's activated. Once it's activated, it's already calculating. And so that is my biggest plus right there, is the scenario generator, and plus the autonomous drones. But with the autonomous drones, like with the attacker, they can detect, they can intercept, they can disrupt, and they can neutralize to different degrees the attacker or attackers. And in the meantime, the autonomous drones, there's drones that are actually ambulances now. A lot of people don't know it, they're autonomous, but they're actually ambulances. And they would go and they would tell the condition of different people, medically what they're in. So when everything is cleared, then they can go in and they can prioritize, this person needs to be sent, this person needs to be seen first, this person needs a Band-Aid, this person, and prioritize and minimize the damage, that's being done.
Right.
So also what we've got is, my second part of it, that's the primary. The secondary part is a database. And then it's like what people can bring to the table that have actually experienced it. Well, I found this to be a bottleneck. I found this could have been prevented. I saw where this could have happened, but it didn't, but it needs to be noted. And we have like a large database which is which is listed in the article, as to where, okay, we go with this, we go with that, and everybody's so scattered out. Sandy Hook, Texas, Uvalde, Texas, Nashville, everybody's scattered out, and the times, but what happens is you put everything in, the critical checkpoints, what, can we do? Because what happens, they get lost in time, they get lost in distance. And once something else happens, people just don't focus on the type of what went on afterwards. Mm-hmm. And that's where the critical information, and what happens, those are fed to the drone, those are fed to this AI scenario generator, and it's like, okay, we're going to make an adjustment. We're going to do this, we're going to send in a swarm. I don't know, have you ever seen a swarm of robots? They can go in, one can go in and knock a hole, and the rest of them can go in and flood an area. And this has been going on for years. But anyway, they can go in, and so this is the way, different improvements can be are constantly being made.
Right.
Constant.
Right.
And it's refining over and over and over. Now, some people mention the cost, what the cost is and so forth. And it's just like taking the first Kevlar armor, for policemen, law enforcement. The first one that came out was super, super expensive. There was just very few of them. Now everybody's got one. Everybody basically in police, police, law enforcement, and so forth, have got one. So with time, all this will come out, and the money will be reduced, and people will be able to have more of these. You know, as myself, I have the whole thing planned to where when the attacker gets within 100 yards of the school premises, I have already, he's already detected. And that's through AI, artificial intelligence. I can see his patterns, where he's been driving. Does he go past the school a lot? Do they have kids? Does he go somewhere that's past the school that he has to go to his job or groceries or something? But why does that person keep going over and over to that same area that he or she has no business? The AI picks that up, and it's already stocked, you know. And so anyway, the cost will come down. And this is like this is a nationwide thing. This isn't just a one little thing. And what happens is certain people can take, you know, the scenario generator outputs data will be available to everybody. So everybody can use it. You know, with the bulletproof glass on the first floor windows and stuff like that, that's good. And in the backpacks you can see through, that's all good. But I'm taking it to a different level. I'm taking it to where this is a brilliant diamond has 58 sides to it, 58 facets. And I'm hitting a facet that nobody has seen before. And it's deep, and it'll take time, but I will predict in the future we will be a lot safer. There is a thing of hope, which I call Kendall's hope, that in the future we're going to be safer with school shootings and mass shootings, because we can stop it. We can stop it before it even starts, and if it starts, we can minimize it and stop it earlier.
All right, my question was about cost, and what you're saying is futuristic.
Mm-hmm. It's future.
It's science fiction, but we all know that science fiction is science future.
Everything I've talked about here, I've been researching, is available right as we sit in this chair.
But it's going to have to be through the federal government.
Yes, it'll have to be federal government.
It's not, you know, you're not going to say, okay, Tullahoma City Schools is going to do that.
No.
The expense would be, you couldn't do it.
No,
so this is going to have to be a national plan.
Yes.
And
yes, national plan.
And you know, that's how things start. Mm-hmm. And people with forward thinking, mm-hmm. intelligent people like yourself, who have, well, you've studied and researched, and you utilize your mind in a way that the average individual doesn't utilize their mind.
I've been told
you use parts of your mind that we leave dormant, most of us. And you know, bless guys like and girls like you who come out and make the step to say, look, this might sound a little bit crazy to you, but it's not. It's already being studied. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't know what the government does.
Right.
It's like some of those science fiction movies. You know, you don't think they pay $350 for a hammer, do you? Something else is going on.
Yeah.
You know? Toilet seat's not $500.
Yeah.
But you know, and this is a start, mm-hmm. and hopefully someday.
Yes.
In the nearer future,
mm-hmm.
this will be something that you'll see start growing or moving into action.
Exactly.
And thank you for stepping up, and thank you for writing your article, and thank you for caring.
I care. If I could say one other thing, last thing right fast, is when something bad happens, people say thoughts and prayers.
Right.
And they're sincere. They want to do something, but they don't know what to do.
Don't know what to do.
Mine is, I prayed, and these are my thoughts.
Right.
This is it. This is what I call a master plan of the whole thing, not just one or two little things.
Right.
But it will be on a federal level.
Yeah, it'll have to be.
Because I'll be 65 in a couple weeks, and you know, I'm getting old, so it's hard for me to do anything. But it's like if somebody could get it started, you know, different things.
Yeah,
I plan on writing to Congress. I'm already a member of MDA. mothers demand action.
Right.
So I'm taking steps, but they're baby steps, but they're progressing.
Well, we'll keep up with it.
I appreciate
Chuck,
that. Thank
thanks
you, sir.
for being
Thank
here,
you.
buddy.
Thank
It's
you for
always
having me.
a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Think about it, folks. Science fiction, science fact. We'll be back after these messages.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Our company began in 1985. We have been thankful to serve our community for 38 years. As we celebrate the love and the forgiveness of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to all of you, we wish a very
Merry Christmas!
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Summertime, and summertime is the time that you get to talk to people that you might not get to talk to during not summertime because they're at work, diligently at work. But right now, we have our new principal of the Tullahoma High School, Greg English, here with us, and that has a DR in front of it, doesn't it?
Sure, yeah. There's a DR if you choose.
DR period.
DR period, yeah. But Mr. works fine.
Mr.
Or
sir.
Or
hey,
yeah.
you.
There's some things I don't that I really don't like, some names, but yeah, as long as the basics are in there, I'm good. I'll respond to just about anything.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Long path.
Yeah, I guess so. But
a good path.
But no regrets, man. I've had a really great career and learned a lot of great things and had a lot of opportunities, and we end up where we're supposed to end up, and here I am.
I told somebody the other day, I said, Greg has toted the water, so to speak. It amazed me that how well you took something that didn't even exist in the virtual school and turned it into something that is a home run. How'd you do that? How'd you know to do that?
Because I'm not smart enough to know when to stop. So, my very first job, which I've always said, and that was the West Middle School choir director back in 1998, back in the building that TVA is in now. But when I started that job, of course, I wasn't I didn't go to school to be a choir director. I went to school to be a band director. And truly, I just didn't know enough about middle school vocal literature, choral literature, to know that I was going too far. But my kids could read music. They were really good and skilled, and I just kept throwing stuff at them. And it wasn't until later I really learned that that stuff was all too hard. We shouldn't have been doing that. But I didn't know any better.
But
So,
they did it.
They did it. Oh man, they did it great. No, at TVA, we've been fortunate. We've been very well funded by an Innovative High School Model grant. That was really crucial. I'm not sure what we'd have looked like if we hadn't had that big bucket of money.
Right.
It's allowed us to buy a whole lot of really great equipment and make some mistakes also along the way with how we've delivered our content, the content we've used. It's really it doesn't hurt to have a lot of money behind you. So of course that's running out here into next week. So my apologies to Mr. Treadway as he's coming in. But no, we just had a lot of support. Tullahoma City Schools has been very much behind the project. The community has gotten very much behind the project, not a project, it's a school. And I think as students and parents and everybody have kind of realized the opportunities available through that platform, they're starting to figure it out. Like, oh wow, this is a game changer. This is reinventing school. So moving forward, I'm really excited to work with my replacement, Chris Treadway, Dr. Chris Treadway. I think we can really take both schools to the next level, just being innovative and looking for ways that we can not do things different for the sake of doing them differently, but finding better ways and experimenting and not being afraid to fail. I think that's been the key at TVA. We've had that freedom to create and try things, and they didn't all work, but you keep moving forward. You learn from your mistakes, you make some adjustments, and you try again.
Well, Mom and Dad, a lot of them had the opportunity in the past 3 years to work at home instead of going to the office.
Oh yeah.
And so all of a sudden, something that you think, oh no, that's never going to work. Well, all of a sudden, you're doing it for your job, and you realize,
it can work.
This can work. The only issue that I ever had with it at all is the social interaction between the kids. There's what you learn at school that's in the curriculum, and then there's what you learn at school that teaches you how to survive in society.
Yes.
And those are two completely different things.
But virtual doesn't have to mean learning alone. It doesn't have to mean that you're at home.
Right.
They've got the TVA Cafe over there. We have students that take advantage of that. We have students that will say they've never had so many friends. They come to the cafe, they hang out, they interact, they engage. We try to create opportunities for students to come in over at TVA. Mike Young, he's Cajun, and so we had Cajun Thanksgiving last fall. It was great. He made well, I'm sorry. He made a big pot of gumbo and put out the all call to the kids, and it was really good.
My dad was born in South Louisiana.
Yeah. Mike's from Cutoff. I don't know if you know where that is. Yeah.
So, next time we get Cajun, you let me know. I'll bring some stuff over there.
I hope they let me know.
Oh, that's right. You're not there anymore.
Not gonna be there.
So Greg? What's your? Have you have a vision yet of where you want to go? What your goal is? I know you probably always at the end of a year, the beginning of another year, you're probably searching for people to fill positions.
Yeah, goal number one is to fill our vacancies. We've got we're looking for an English teacher and a couple of math teachers. Need a bookkeeper, and I think I've got an educational assistant for a special education position open. So, tcsedu.net employment opportunities. Check those out, and I'd love to talk to anybody about the possibility. What a lot of folks don't know, professionals out there that have a degree, let's say you've got a degree in math, you've been a professional using that knowledge for years. There are avenues now in Tennessee where we can take those people, job-embedded programs for getting teacher certification.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so there's folks out there that have a teacher's heart, and have always had that desire to teach, but not really interested in going back for a whole new degree. There's a pathway. There's an option for that.
That's really good.
It is. It is.
And we've been fortunate. We've been fortunate to have teachers in our system that are extra special.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, a lot of them have retired out, and they come and they go, and you hope that you can find that next Van Zant or that next person who can fill that slot, and in a way that the person that just left it for you.
And speaking of Frank, know that he didn't start out in education. He's an icon in the education world. He's an icon in Tullahoma for the math program. He didn't start out in education.
Where was he?
What?
Where was he?
I can't remember exactly. I don't know if he was in engineering or something else, but he did not start out in education. It was a decision he made to change. He wanted to teach.
And as we look back in our lives, you will find always one or two or three teachers that changed your life.
Oh, sure. I was going through my desk the other day and came across, I've got a brass letter opener. It's got my name on it, Greg English. And I've had it ever since first grade because we had a end of the year performance, something. Actually, no, that's all a lie. In my mind, that's where it was, but actually it was a graduation present from my first grade teacher, and Miss Smith, and she had a great impact on me, and she has followed me through all of my education, all of my career. In fact, just the other day, posted about commented on me getting this job, and she's proud of me, and that means the world to me. And I keep that letter opener that she gave me. And it was a simple graduation present, but that's something that I will never lose because that impact that she made on me.
Understand. Well, know that you have carte blanche here.
Appreciate it.
For anything you need, and please keep us informed and let us help any way we can.
Sure.
Anything else we need to go over today?
Not that I can think of, John.
We need teachers.
We need some teachers. I'm of the mindset of get in the door first and get your bearings and look around. So I don't have any plans for sweeping changes or anything like that.
Sure.
I've got to get back in the building and reconnect with my THS family.
Right.
And see what they need. And then we'll go from there.
That's the smartest thing to me that an administrator or a manager can do is don't go into a successful operation and start telling people how to do their job. Obviously, they're doing a pretty good job.
We've got a great team at THS.
And let them and find out what, like you say, how can I help you? Not here's what you're going to do for me, but how can I help you be successful?
Yeah, it's just it's not my way. I can't.
Understood.
Well,
know that
very
we're proud of
participatory. I want to get in there with them and work with them. I don't like it when I don't like people working for me. I like them working with me.
There you go. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, John.
And congratulations always.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back after these messages.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me at Life Care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Witchy Poo is gone, Turkey Man is on his way, and pretty close after that is the time for the Christmas parade with the chamber.
Pick it up, Trent.
Stan McNabb Automotive.
Not sure I can follow that one.
The stars of the day.
What an introduction.
There you go. Take it and run, folks. That's the best I can do.
Well, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
And for that performance.
You're welcome as well. It's my show. I can do what I want to.
That's right. That's right.
Good or bad makes no difference. They love it.
Well, we are excited to join you this morning
to
talk about the 67th Annual Tullahoma Christmas Parade.
67 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've seen about half of them.
That's outstanding, man. I've seen all of them. All of them.
Well, we are really excited about this year. We're excited every year, but we do have some exciting changes this year.
Yes.
So we're changing the route, of course. Hopefully everyone watching at home has heard the news that we'll start at Tullahoma High School, and then the parade will end at South Jackson Performing Arts Center.
You know, to me, that the fact that it's going to just end, instead of ending in the middle of a highway somewhere where there's traffic, and it's ending at a climactic place, which is out at the Civic Center with the tree lit up and the windows and, you know, this old building, and it seems more like a present. You know? That's Santa Claus delivering the presents right there to South Jackson, instead of just, hey, get off a street.
Well, they are having an event, the Jingle Mingle, which is a after party after the Christmas parade. And so there will be plenty to do on Friday, December 1st to kick off the Christmas season.
That is a fact. And what about this McNabb bunch? Huh?
Well,
y'all bought in a long time ago, pretty much, and have helped promote this and support it and keep it propped up to where it's. Santa's house has new shingles on it, I believe, doesn't it? He got a roof. He got a roof this year.
It's thanks to Russ Barrett. He's getting some new paint, new roof.
Hey,
make sure everything looks good on it. Russ is taking care of it for us, so awful nice of him to do it. But the Christmas parade is a way we can give back to the community. It's a great community event. And,
sure it is.
We're happy to support it. I think it's been over 10 years now. So
yes.
1/6 of the Christmas parade.
1/6 of it. Well, that's okay. Hey, we were. Just it's good stuff, and to see what goes on, and to see the kids and candy. There will be candy.
There will be candy. So we do have a candy clause this year. Many, many years we've said no candy out of safety for the children. It's always been about safety. But this year we've decided to instead encourage distributing candy safely. And so we will have a candy clause that all of our participants will review, sign, and essentially it is that rather than just throwing from a float, because what happens in those scenarios, lands on the street and then the kids run into the street to pick up the candy. So
that's the dangerous part of it.
Exactly. And so instead we're just encouraging people to safely go to the crowds and hand out the candy. And we do have a very fun video that will be released soon with a demonstration.
It's a great video.
So there will be a candy clause.
There is a candy clause, yes.
Not just a piece of paper that says this is the candy clause, but there will be a Mrs. Candy clause. I guess it'd be a Mrs. clause, won't it? You're not telling, are you?
We have lots of things in the works that you'll have to come on Friday,
you have
December
to wait and unwrap
1st
it that day
to see all of the exciting things that we've been working on. But the committee starts meeting in July for the planning of this great event. And so we're, like I said, we're just excited to share it and excited. We know the magic that the community loves to see in this event. So we're just trying to provide that.
I was at the football game the other night, and our high school band comes out on the field and plays their show at halftime. And I remembered when I first went to UT and heard the Pride of the Southland band and how impressive it was. And the other night, our band, our Tullahoma High School band, was that impressive to me. And when they come down through Jackson Street and stop and play, it's just magnificent. They are so good, and it's New York, it's LA, it's wherever they're having a parade. It's just as good right here. Maybe don't have balloons floating around, but we got talent.
Oh, we do.
And it's just wonderful.
Absolutely.
And Santa's house has got a new roof.
It does.
They'll blow the shingles off. Blew the shingles off of it is what the problem is. So yeah, I think it's important that people understand there'll be goings on after the parade.
Yes.
At South Jackson, that's new.
It is new. It is new. And Greg Gressel is co-chair of the committee, and so he has really played an active role in a lot of these new plans, and we're just grateful for everyone's input this year, because always the goal is to take something that's good, great, and just continue to make it better.
Make it, blow it up, blow it up, man. What are you going to be riding in?
Well, I'll probably be watching it. be organizing, getting the Grand Marshal going. We're excited this year that Miss Annie Osborne is going to be leading our parade. She just turned 90 years old, I believe. Long time Tullahoma resident.
Wonderful lady.
Wonderful lady. Matter of fact, we saw Joanne, her daughter, out here in the hallway waiting too, so it's going to be nice to recognize her.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, that's great. And there's other stuff happening always with the Chamber of Commerce. If you are new in town, if you want to know what's going on in town, and you don't have a business, you don't have to have a business to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce. Get an individual membership. That way you know the skinny on everything that's happening. Well, I didn't know that was happening. Participate. Be a member. They'll send you emails. They'll send you TikToks, I guess, and Big Bops or whatever all that stuff is y'all do. And
we need to TikTok your introduction.
Do what?
Your introduction. We need to post that on TikTok.
You know what? The only thing that I can think of is TikTok. When I would go to Nashville, when we were about that tall in the alley up there, the arcade where there were businesses and stuff, there was a place that made little bitty hamburgers called the TikTok.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. One TikTok, 2 TikToks, 1 large. Oh. You know, so that's TikTok to me. This other stuff that's going on. TikTok, okay. But
we're needing to promote it in all those kind of ways because
yes.
we're needing some registrations for the parade. So our goal is to break a record this year. We're looking for 120 registrants.
120, and where are we?
We haven't quite made it yet, and so there's plenty of room for everyone.
Yeah, room for everyone, and that can even be a bicycle. You want to put your bicycle and dress up and ride a bicycle, and it's not expensive. Mm-hmm. What does it cost to be in the parade?
$50.
That's not expensive.
If you have a business and you're promoting your business to all the people that attend, $50 worth of advertising is well spent.
Oh heavens, yes. Nonprofits do it too. I mean, it's information, folks. It's information and it's promotion and it's love of our town. Mm-hmm. All in one night, going down one road together, waving, and Candy Claus is going to be there. I can't wait to see her if it's her.
And the theme is Winter Wonderland.
Wonderland.
So that 3rd grader at Farrah Elementary, Lainey Warren, won our theme contest, and she submitted Winter Wonderland. And so we were able to go surprise Lainey at her school with her principal and her father, and get to celebrate her like that. So congratulations to Lainey.
Yeah. Well, we're ready.
Yeah.
You're almost ready. You're always ready.
That's right. I'm ready.
That man right there sell you a car in the middle of the night. Man, he's always ready. Give him a call. Wake him up. Christmas parade. This is crazy, and so am I. We'll be back after this.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/therightseat.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here this morning at the offices of SIM&S, that is Systems Integration Modeling and Simulation Incorporated headquarters, right here in Tullahoma, to celebrate the much, much needed and deserved award that will be given to Eugene London Sr. this morning by the mayor of Tullahoma. And this is a great day for Tullahoma and a great day for my old friend, Mr. London. We look forward to what's getting ready to happen, and as I said, well deserved to a very, very fine gentleman. And the hero of the day has just stepped out of the building, and we will get some talk with him. He's visiting with Mr. Jerry Mathis, one of the pro tem, one of our aldermen. And look at that smile, that typical smile, that typical. Look at that. Isn't that a great thing? That gentleman right there has brought smiles to the faces of many young kids and old kids as well during his tour as a official referee, and just a fine gentleman. Looky here, if that right there is not the face I wanted to see this morning, I guarantee you.
Where y'all get your
You're my friend, and this is a great thing that's happening today for you. You can't think of anybody that deserves it more than that gentleman right standing in front of me right there. All right, the notables are showing up. We have all kinds of fine people here today for this wonderful event. We've got the mayor back there, and Antonio's here today. Antonio London, our NFL linebacker and Tullahoma star when he was here playing for the Tullahoma Wildcats. And it's closing in on time. It's 11 o'clock when this is supposed to happen. Look at there. There's Frank Glass right there. You talk about a notable cat. That dude right there did so much for this community. And he's here to watch another great Tullahoma citizen get his acclaim.
Thank you all for coming out. We couldn't be honoring a more deserving person than Mr. Eugene London. All the years that I've known Mr. London, he has smiled at everything. It didn't matter if he was throwing somebody out of the game, or if he was throwing technical fouls. He still had a smile on his face. Had no problem with that, did you? I'd like to recognize some of the people that are in the audience tonight. We do have Mayor Ray Noahs with us today, which was speaking early in a little bit. Alderman Derek Mann, Alderman Kurt Glick, Alderman Jerry Mathis. I'd also like to thank the Tullahoma Police, Fire, Parks and Recreation and Public Works for showing up. Very deserving, and appreciate you. Mr. Lynn Seaborn, the TAEDC Board Chairman. Appreciate you coming out, and also Commissioner Jackie Duncan. Glad to see you, which was also a former alderman with us.
Well, it's certainly an honor for me to be here and make this proclamation for this well-deserving gentleman. I want to tell you before I do the resolution that I've known Eugene London Sr. since 1968. That's a long time. We ran up and down the basketball court with a strappy shirt on for many years. And when you went to a sporting event where Mr. London was officiating, you were going to have a good time. He was going to make it a good time. So with that, I just want to say I'm honored to be here and congratulations on your recognition. So with that, let me read this resolution that we passed, our Board of Mayor and Alderman passed last week. Naming Eugene London Street. Whereas the city of Tullahoma, Tennessee recognizes the contributions of Eugene London Sr. for his 50 years of loyal and dedicated service to the Tullahoma community as a sports icon in his many positions. And whereas Eugene London Sr. was inducted into the TSSAA Sports Hall of Fame in 2006 and the Tullahoma Sports Hall of Fame in 2022. And whereas Mr. London served as a member of the United States Army and later in the Tennessee National Guard. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of Tullahoma and Tennessee as follows. Section 1, Board of Mayor and Alderman wishes to recognize the contribution of Eugene London Sr. by renaming South Wall Street to Eugene London Street. Need a hand on that. The affected address holders and 911 emergency service will be notified of the change and that the change will take place effective upon the posting of the appropriate street name signs. So be it further resolved by the Board of Mayor and Alderman of the City of Tullahoma, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage of the public welfare requirements entered into the state of 12th day of June 2023, signed Ray Norris, Mayor. So with that, I'll present this to the honoree.
I want to thank Joe and everybody that had anything to do with it for thanking me to do this, but it was actually my honor to be able to bring this forward to name this street after Eugene London.
Now we have a little information to share with you that you probably did not know. Everybody knows Mr. London. All of the young people in this area know that he wore that striped shirt running up and down the courts like a 16-year-old young man. But he can do other things. You don't have to always ask the second time. When he heard about the fact that we were going to have Governor Bredeson's wife, who loved to see children advocacy centers set up for children who had problems of molestation and just different situations in Tennessee. So when we got the information that we could set up one here, we had a lot of work that was put out before it was done. This lady, a member of Church Women United, served as the advocate of getting it done, and we as members followed. I happened to be the president at the time, and I tried to drive them as hard as I tried to get my students in high school, not the college students at Motlow, but the ones in high school to do their job. So we put out information that we were going to have a long walk led by the mayor's wife, and we did so. So my friend in Church Women United is going to tell you exactly what Mr. London did. But aside from all that, I am a close friend of the family. One of the girls, Sylvia, was my student worker at Motlow College for many years, and we remained friends. So now, listen to Miss Bunny Watts, please.
In 2004, Eugene was one of our first supporters for the Children's Advocacy Center, which we started in Manchester. And in addition to all of his other activities, he walked with Andrea Conte, who was Governor Bredson, at that time Governor Bredson's wife, and they went ahead, and she was an advocate, and she went ahead and had her goal was to walk 600 miles across Tennessee, which she did. And That was to raise awareness for child abuse and to raise the money in order to support this. And many local walkers dropped out of the program, but Eugene was one of 3 who walked 24 miles with Miss Conte from here in Tullahoma all the way to the Warren County line. And Eugene, we would like to thank you for your continual support of the children's advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. So I got a little speech and put it together. Friends, Romans, oh, wait a minute. Wrong speech. No, but on the serious side, I'm so proud of you, Daddy. I am. It's amazing that at 52, there's something else I found out you've done. And as long as we keep on living, there's probably other things that we do not know that you've done for others outside of your own family, Diddy. And I want to say thank you so much for that. My English teacher is probably not here, but I'm going to say this and get on out of here. I couldn't be more prouder to be your son. And I think I speak on behalf of Yvette, Sylvia, Monica, Eugene, and myself and Jeffrey, that we're so proud that you gave us what you gave us, and we thank you for sharing you with everybody else as well. We completely appreciate that. I want to take the time to say I love you in front of everybody else. Daddy, I think everyone else here loves you and appreciates everything that you've done, not just for the London family, but the Tullahoma community and everything else that touches this area. We thank you so much for what you've done.
Now here's the unveiling of the Eugene London Street sign, right there with all of his family behind him.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong. Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us and outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
talking history about this and that. It's Conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat.
Hello, I'm John Rickman. We're back again. And I'm Pat Welch, and we're back with, is this 4, John? This is number 4. Wow, with Conversations with John and Pat. Have you picked a song out for today, John? This song I used to do for the kids over at East. They liked it. It's not one I wrote. Mike Snyder, somewhere picked it up and he recorded it. But he did one of mine called Chicken Necks and Wings, so this is about dipping snuff. Well, I went on back to Grandpa's house where I was born and raised. There I'd take long moonlight strolls out back where the milk cows graze. It was there I spied this pretty young thing. She was sitting on a barbed wire fence. I grinned at her and she grinned right back, like she had good sense. I said, hello, ma'am, I'm proud to meet you. You're a diamond in the rough. She said, oh, cut out all that fancy talk, boy, and give me a dip of your snuff. Well, I guess I hate to admit it, and I was a little bit more than surprised, but when I pulled out my can of snuff, I saw love light up in her eyes. Snuff dipper, the story of my life. Snuff dipper, now I got one for a wife. Well, I courted that girl in the tater patch, and I courted her in the sorghum cane. I kissed her in the sunshine, I even kissed her in the pouring rain. First time I kissed her snuff-stained lips, we was sitting on a hollow log, and the echo of the pucker rang through the hills like a whale of an old coon dog. I said, that sure was one fine pucker, sweetie, you really know your stuff. She said, oh, you didn't want no kiss at all, boy, you just sucked out my dip of snuff. Then one night when the time seemed right, I said, sweetie, we ought to get wise. Two can dip but just cheap as one if we buy that giant economy size. So we went on over to the preacher's house, said, preacher, we want to be wed. So he tied the knot, said, like it or not, she's yours till you're plumb dead. Well, I got me a level-headed woman now. She's the sweetest in all the South. The reason I call her level-headed is the snuff drips out of both sides of her mouth. Snuff dipper, the story of my life. Snuff dipper, now I got one for a wife. Wow. I like that little song, Pat. Wow. Sounds like your baby? Yeah, that's, yeah, she's level-headed and all right. And I may be level-headed when I get home. That brings, tobacco product usage was probably pretty prevalent at the Builder Supply, which we our last segment we talked about Mike Galligan, and I've got several stories that we can tell on Mike, but another one of my favorites was Mike was maybe what we might call today challenged. He probably wasn't going to be real good in school and didn't want to be, and didn't go very long, but he was really strong and worked every day of his life. Never took a moment's worth of charity. Just a great guy, and he really looked up to one of the employees there named Larry Broderick that I went to school with, and Larry was a great guy, and Mike worshiped Larry. Yeah. And they went, I believe this happened on a Saturday. We worked at the Builders till noon, and they decided they were going to go to Pool Hall and play some pool. So Mike went with them, and when they first walked in, one of Larry's high school buddies came up behind him and grabbed him and clasped his hands and held him real tight, just to let him know, I'm here and good to see you. But remember I said Mike was really, really loyal. And he went to the cue stick rack beside on the wall there and got a cue out, and Larry's buddy hit the floor after Mike put the cue stick upside his head. And he liked to repeat stuff when he got excited, and he said, I got him, Larry, got him, Larry, got him, Larry. And Larry said, yeah, you sure did, Mike. You just laid out one of my best friends. We had a snow not too long ago, and I thought back to when I was in high school or in school. There was a pool room in the middle of Chapel Hill. And on snowy days, when there wasn't much to do anywhere else, we'd go to the pool room.
And that was what I thought about the other day. Then we'd go down there and just have a good time playing pool and the pinball machines and things like that.
I was wondering if you're going to bring those pinball machines up, John. I really didn't want your mother to know that you participated in
my
that.
mother's not in the. I don't think she'll know.
All right,
I don't think she'll.
All right.
Hold it against
Remember
me
we
now.
said we weren't going to try ever
But
embarrass
she
our
is
parent mothers.
She still does this. I walk in, I'll have a baseball hat on my head, and she says, "Would you mind taking your hat off?" I still
Isn't that
do
great?
it. Here I am, nearly 70, and I've taken my hat off for my mother now.
You know, now you've got me. This is completely unrehearsed now. This is conversation with John and Pat. We used to, and we need to do it some more, John. Go visit some of your old buddies in Chapel Hill. But one time we went on Depot Street, checking that trestle out, and the possibility where we might bring our wives one night and try to get them scared. But we went to see your mother, and she's in that little house, and somehow there was a piano in the room. That was one of the focal points of it, and we asked her if she'd play. And I was not prepared for it at all. She played, it sounded like Beethoven or Mozart or something. You never heard such piano playing. And she played like that for about 1 minute and 42 seconds. And all of a sudden, her hands came off the keys like they were just scalded hot, you know. And I said, "Ms. Rickman, that was awful good. Why in the world did you stop?" She said, "If I played any more, it'd been showing out." And there's a lady that wouldn't show out.
My mother is something still this day. She's very gentle and soft and meek now, but she toted the line, made us toe the line when we were young. By the way, we're going to have to go right now, and I'm John, and we'll be back.
And I'm Pat, and this is not the end of the conversations unless management says it is. Thank you.
Talking history about this and that. It's Conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat. All right, so we're out of time. We're going to go. We're going to take you to some Bonnaroo because our folks were at Bonnaroo this weekend.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Well, once again, it's that time. We're here on the farm at Bonnaroo 2023, and we're going to bring you a lot of the sights and sounds of this year. But be sure to check out our Facebook page for some great still photography and maybe some additional video that we can share with you guys. But we give you Bonnaroo 2023.
Looking for some fun, going out now, time to see ponies run. Just over from Bonnaroo now, sing a bit of racing around, giddy out, down in Music City. It's moving down to Nashville, let's go right uptown. Raise a glass, take a pass, for the bus to town. Shine up your shoes, come on, let's do the Nashville mess around. You're late,
Well, we're here on the farm, and I'm speaking with Brandon, who is with Propeller. And my goodness, you guys have got your hands in so much stuff that's going on out here. If you would, please tell our viewers all of the things you guys are involved with out here at Bonnaroo this year.
Yeah, so Propeller is a platform that inspires activism and helps build movements for change. And we do that primarily by partnering with different artists and music festivals and helping them engage their fans with causes that they care about. And a lot of that is done through different prizes and rewards. So people have the motivation, they come in and they see they can win a trip to Bonnaroo and they can take action as a chance to win. And so a lot of our programs are rooted in that. Bonnaroo is a festival we've worked with now 4 or 5 years. And so we've done a lot, and it's one of the bigger projects as far as festivals that we do. And so this year at Bonnaroo, we put together a scavenger hunt, which is the first year that we've done this. The idea of the scavenger hunt is that the fans of the festival can go around, they can visit these different nonprofit booths, they can take action that these organizations are looking for them to take. They can donate to the Bonnaroo Works Fund, which is Bonnaroo's organization that supports all kinds of great organizations here in Middle Tennessee. And they also can do some fun actions like taking their photo at the iconic arch, visiting different plazas and completing different things just to make it fun and engaging for them to do.
A lot of fun. The scavenger hunt, I'm sure, has been great this year.
We've had thousands of people participating in it so far, and more coming in every day. Raises money, gets people to take action, and then the idea is that they can then win different artist meet and greets. We're doing a badminton tournament with Sophie Tucker, a rocktail cocktail hour with Andrew McMahon, wine tasting with Colony House. They're going to get to meet Hanson. There's like all kinds of different things, as well as up close viewing for Foo Fighters and Kendrick and Odessa. And so just a lot of motivating things for the fans that are here to get them engaged with causes.
And you guys were pretty instrumental in the Pride Parade that went down yesterday also, is that correct? Or did you guys have a lot of work with that?
Yeah, so given that we work with the festival, and then we also work with an organization called the Human Rights Campaign, which is the leading advocacy organization in the U.S. for LGBTQ rights, and we helped bring them in, and their president came down and gave a speech that she was a rock star up there, and everyone was cheering. It was really exciting. Yeah. And then they were a big part of the parade then, and worked with Big Frida, and Big Frida did a meet and greet for fans yesterday as well, and so that was kind of the idea with all of it.
That's fantastic. And again, the Bonnaroo Works Fund is such a great thing that helps out. Being we're a local channel and everything, we really do appreciate everything that Bonnaroo Works Fund does, and I know that's big for you guys also.
Yeah, Kelsey, who runs the Works Fund, puts in a lot of effort, and they raise all kinds of money through this festival. We do a big part of that, and they also have Planet Roo, which they oversee, which is the nonprofit area here with over 30 organizations that are a part of it, as well as the sustainability efforts of the festival. But Bonnaroo Works Fund gets back to all kinds of organizations locally and some around the country, and they do really incredible work.
Well, Brandon, thank you guys for everything you guys are doing out here. It's a lot of fun. And it's all for a good cause. That's the best part, is it's all for something good, and not, and so, and if you're not careful, you might learn something. So, yeah.